Today we will discuss the application part of current electricity, that is Wheatstone bridge and its application. Why I am telling application part? Because actually in current electricity we have to measure the value of unknown resistance, number 1. Number 2, the EMF of any cell, then the internal resistance of any cell, also current as well as potential difference. Now the question is, how this Wheatstone bridge helps us to find these unknown values. Now look at the board. Actually the term bridge means, we know bridge is like Howrah bridge, Second Hooghly bridge. We know that is bridge. But how resistance can make a bridge? Is it possible? The answer is yes. This bridge is not like the civil architecture, but the circuit looks like a bridge. So in this Wheatstone bridge there are 4 resistors, and these 4 resistors are connected in a bridge like pattern. Why bridge like pattern? Look at the board. There are 4 resistors P, Q, R, S. Now this P, Q are at the upper arm of a rhombus and RS at the lower arms of that rhombus. So it is like a bridge, the upper arm and the lower arm just resembles, equivalent. Okay. So this ABCD rhombus is forming a bridge of 4 resistors P, Q, R, S. Now 2 more connections are there. One is the galvanometer, which is connected at point B and point D, between these 2 points, and the DC source with a key in series between A and C. Now the question is, whenever the switch is on, the current will flow naturally. So the current will flow and it will enter from A, point A, and exit through point C. Now let the current is I. Current means total current that is coming from the source or the cell, DC source. So this I, when comes to point A, it gets divided into 2 parts. One goes to P, one goes to R. Let the current through P is I1 and the current through R is the remaining, that is I minus I1. Again at point B there is one more splitting. At point B some amount of current comes to the galvanometer and the rest of amount of current goes through Q. Let the galvanometer current is Ig and the remaining current is I minus Ig through Q. Now the galvanometer current from B to D, and it is gets added with I minus I1 that is passing through R. So these 2 when added, that current passes through S, that is I minus I1 plus Ig, and again the current I minus I1 is coming from Q. So when this is added at point C, final point, again we get I. So this is about the splitting and merging of current throughout the network or mesh or the bridge, Wheatstone bridge. Now the question is, these 4 resistors PQRS, which are known, which are unknown? The answer is P, Q, R, these three known, and S is the unknown. So to find any unknown resistance value, we just connect that unknown resistance at the arm D and C, between D and C. That is our S, unknown. Now the question is, previously I told that the splitting and merging, the current breaks at point B and merge at point D and C also. But it may not be. Why? Why it may not be? Because if the potential at B is greater than D, then the current flows through B to D. But maybe potential at D is more than B. Who told that always at B the current will split into two parts and merge at D? Maybe current can split at D and merge at B. Why not? So in that case, the potential at D is more than B. Correct? And then D will be the splitting point, while B and C will be the merging point. That means ultimately the conclusion is potential at B can be more than D and vice versa. That is, D can also more than B. Now, when current flows through B to D, if the pointer of the galvanometer deflects towards right, suppose right, then from D to B it will deflect towards left. But at a particular condition, if B and D, these 2 point potential are same, then there is no current through the galvanometer, because we know if two terminals having same potential, no current flows between that two terminals. That means this is the balancing point or balancing condition of the bridge. When B equal to D, that is B equal to D naught, potential at B is equal to potential at D. So it is a balancing condition. And these will only take place or happen for particular value of this P, Q, R and S, not for all values. So there should be some condition that for what value this criteria will take place. Now the answer is, to find this we use either Ohm's law or Kirchhoff's law to find this balancing condition, which is also known as null point condition. Null means no. Null point condition. No means no current. Now, in the rest part, look at the board. We have derived that condition of null point. Now, in this condition, if I use Ohm's law, then VB equal to VD. Now, if VB equal to VD, then we just find the potential drop at each segment of that P, Q, R and S. So let us find. Now VA minus VB is very easy. I1 into P. VA minus VD also easy. I minus I1 into R. Then come to VB minus VC. It is I minus IG into Q, and VD minus VC is I minus I1 plus IG, into S. So these 4 are the potential drop across the 4 resistors. Now if VB equal to VD, then VA minus VB should be equal to VA minus VD, and VB minus VC will be equal to VD minus VC. VD minus VC. That I have written in equation 1 and 2. So again, at this condition, the Ig should be 0. There is no current to the galvanometer. So putting Ig equal to 0 and these two potential equal, just now told that telling once more, VA minus VB equal to VA minus VD, and VB minus VC equal to VD minus VC. B minus VC equal to VD minus VC. Now we are getting to equation, and if I take the ratio of these two equations, just mathematics, just go through the mathematical steps. No concept is there, just mathematical steps. It will come P by Q equal to R by S. So this is the null point condition of the Wheatstone bridge. That means the ratio of PQ, P and Q should be same as ratio of R and S. Clear? Now we prove the same condition using Kirchhoff's law or Kirchhoff's law, whatever it may be, using Kirchhoff's law. So how I do? I take two different meshes from that Wheatstone bridge. One is A, B, D, A. It is forming a mesh, and another is B, C, D, B. So if I take these two meshes and apply Kirchhoff's second law, we are getting the equation 1, that is I1 into P plus Ig into G minus I1 into R equal to 0. Why this minus sign? Already I told in the previous class that whenever the direction of current is opposite in any register, any branch, then that current should be negative. And if there is no EMF, no cell, nothing is present in that mesh, that means loop, closed loop, then we take that EMF as 0. For that it is 0. Similarly, if I apply this in BCDB, second mesh, the equation is that long equation, I minus Ig into Q minus I minus I1 plus Ig into G minus Ig into G equal to 0. Now at null point Ig should be 0, already told, because no current flows to the galvanometer. So again the same mathematical steps, putting Ig equal to 0, equating that two equation, taking ratio, we get the condition P by Q equal to R by S. See student, the mathematical steps you can do of your own, only the concept you should clear the concept. Mathematical steps, any student may be faster, any student may be slower. One student can do in 1 minute, another student can do in 10 minutes. That is not a problem, but the concept is the problem. Clear? So this is the concept of Wheatstone bridge, the null point condition P by Q equal to R by S. Now see, if S is unknown, then easily you can find the value of S, that is unknown resistance, from this ratio, because S equal to ultimately what? Make S as a subject. That is also a mathematical step. So S equal to what will happen? S equal to R into Q by P. Already I told P, Q are 3 known. So easily you can find out the unknown value S. So this is all about the Wheatstone bridge. Next class will come, or the next part of the class will come to the instrument that is applied in this Wheatstone bridge. That is practically how we measure. We take 4 resistance and measure. No, that is not the way. What instrument is linked or applicable for this Wheatstone bridge structure, that we'll discuss in the next class or the next part of this class. Okay. Now we will discuss the unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. That means previously we have discussed the balanced Wheatstone bridge, in which we had taken VB equal to VD and no current passes through the galvanometer, that is Ig equal to 0. Now after that, either using by Ohm's law or by Kirchhoff's law, we proved the balancing condition of the Wheatstone bridge, that is P by Q equal to R by S. Now if it is not like so, if it is not like so, that is the ratio of P by Q is not equal to R by S, maybe. So that is known as unbalanced Wheatstone bridge, and in that case Ig not equal to 0. Now in that case, to solve, what I take, I use the Kirchhoff's law, second law, that is the loop law, in different meshes. Now look at the bridge structure, ABCD, rhombus like structure. Now if I divide into multiple meshes, I can take one mesh as A, B, D, A. That is, mesh means loop, closed loop, A, B, D, A. Another I take B, C, D, B. Anyone can take A, B, C, D full. Also we can take A, B, C, E, means the cell EMF, A, B, C, E, A. Anyone can take A, D, C, E, A. So different loop or mesh I can take and apply Kirchhoff's law, loop law. Now why to apply? To find what? To find the current. That is, how many types of currents are there? I. One is I, that is the main current, I1 and Ig. So three variables are there, I, I1 and Ig. So we know that if there are three variables, so at least three equations are needed to find the variables. So here also we consider three different loops as per your choice. You can take any loop, that is your choice. But presently I am taking the three loops and find I, I1 and Ig as shown in the board. See the equations. So the first loop I am taking, that A, B, D, A, and apply the loop law, second law, Kirchhoff's second law, loop law. So just see I1P plus IgG, but I1 and Ig are in a direction, while I minus I1 is in opposite direction, so it should be minus, as I told previously that it is the rule. Okay, equal to 0. Why 0? Because there is no EMF or no cell in that particular mesh, A, B, D, A. So it is our equation number 1. Similarly, in mesh B, C, D, B, the equation is the same way, the same technique. I1 minus Ig, I1 minus Ig into Q, and again either other two current is in opposite direction, so you should take minus. That is minus I minus I1 plus Ig and minus Ig, and that is 1 into S, 1 into G, equal to 0. Again there is no EMF, so E is not there, so 0. Now we take the external mesh. External means outside the Wheatstone bridge network. That is A, B, C, E, A. And when I am taking this, one more thing I am considering, that there is no internal resistance of the cell, or it may be negligibly small. Internal resistance is negligibly small. So I am not considering the internal resistance of the cell. Only EMF is there. There is small r equal to 0. Though practically it is not so, but presently I am taking. That means I1P, again the loop law, I1P plus I1 minus Ig into Q equal to E. So very easy, solving these three equations. Anyone can find I, I1 and Ig, and when this type of numerical, actually it comes in form of numerical, when this type of numerical will come, then you have to find the I1 and Ig, value should be given, and then you have to find the equivalent resistance between A and C for any unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. Not balanced. Balanced, very easy, because if it is balanced, then we don't take the G, because already P by Q equal to R by S, no current flowing through the G. So as no current is flowing through the G, we will not consider that. It is the rule. If current is not flowing through any part of the circuit through any resistance, that resistance should not be considered. Then it is very easy for balance PQ in series, RS in series, and the entire is in parallel. That is for balanced. But here unbalanced, so solving these three equations, we find I, that is the net current or total current. Then by applying the equation Ohm's law, E equal to IR, E is the V equal to IR actually, but here V is replaced by E. E is the EMF of the cell, I is the total current, and R means the equivalent resistance between A and C. So to indicate that equivalent resistance, we have used the notation RAC. RAC. So RAC equal to finally E by I. Clear? So it is for unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. Now there are different form of Wheatstone bridge. The general form already discussed, now also on the board, that is the rhombus form. ABCD is the rhombus. But if it is not like so, maybe in different form, different structure, you have to find that is it Wheatstone bridge or not. So see the number 1, that diagram, but don't get confused, that is also Wheatstone bridge. How? See the resistance, first the rule is that if it is not like the usual structure, maybe unusual structure, so at first find out the G resistance, that is the mid one, mid resistance G, and then find both sides P, R and QS. So here also the G is between B and D. Then one side is P and R, that is if I move that point A, if I move that point A outside, see that diagram is drawn with an arrow, and it is exactly Wheatstone bridge. That means P, R towards left of G and Q and S towards right of G, and that points are A and C. So it is nothing but a Wheatstone bridge. Now come to the second form, number 2. The second form, G is the mid one, B and D 2 points locating. Now see, there are two resistance P and R left of G, and that point is A, and two resistance Q and S right of G, that is point C. Just we move the point A above G and point C below G. See the figure drawn downwards. Again we are getting the same Wheatstone bridge. So nothing new, but it is a diverted one, a little bit twisted. Correct? Now the third one is actually not a form, it is actually a typical numerical, and this is a very common numerical, comes to every exam. That is, here we have joined A and B as well as D and C, A and B and D and C, and these three resistors are same. I have taken as R, smaller, anything I can take. Now if A and B are directly connected means short circuit term, the short circuit means directly connected without any resistance. Actually it is not possible, because even a simple wire of any length, it has a resistance, because nothing is superconductor. So that is, no resistance is there. Similarly, between D and C there is also no resistance, so it is short circuit. So when any 2 points are directly connected, we can consider the 2 points same, that is A and B are not different, they are same point. So we are considering A equal to B and D equal to C, because A and B are the same point, as well as D and C also same point. So if they are same point, then let us redraw the circuit in a different way. In a different way means in the way of Wheatstone bridge. The next diagram. Now if A and B are the same point and D and C are the same point, very easy to say these three are in parallel, because three are the terminal points are AC or BD, or anyone can tell AD and BC, because A and B are same and C and D are same. So these three resistors are in parallel. So finally we are getting the answer R by 3, because very easy, 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R is equal to 3 by R, but that is 1 by R equivalent. So take the reciprocal, it is R by 3. So it is the way of finding the solution. So it is all about the Wheatstone bridge, balanced, unbalanced. Next class we will go about some instrument, that is meter bridge, which is the application of Wheatstone bridge, and potentiometer. That is not the application of Wheatstone bridge, but by that we can find the EMF, unknown EMF, and internal resistance of cell. How I find, I will tell, not very hard, easy concept. So today this much.